How's she going, boys, and welcome back to Grampy's Workshop. Thanks for joining us today. Today's project is going to be one where I can organize all the fasteners in the shop. Fasteners are like nails, wood screws, nuts, bolts, washers, things like that. I want to put them all in one central location so that I can quickly find the fastener that I need. So I'm going to build it out of just scrap materials here and there. It's going to require a little bit of reorganization in my shop, because when I build this storage unit, I'm going to have to put it on a wall somewhere, and right now I don't have any wall space, so anyway, we'll see how that works out. But let's get at her. So I got these pieces of wood. They were kicking around the shop, and I'm going to use them to make my the carcass of the storage unit. This wood came from an old arm. That's what this is out of. It is just a 9/16 particle board, and it's got this paper wood grain that goes on it to try to make it look nice. But anyway, it's not great wood, but it's perfect for what I'm going to use it for here today. And lots of times you see YouTube videos, and guys just happen to have the ideal piece of wood laying around the shop to do their project, and I always say, how the heck, like, how come you just have exactly what you need to do the project? Well, I guess now I know, because I don't throw anything out. I save it. If it's a substantial piece of wood, like these pieces were a little bit longer than this, of course, because I cut them to size, but I saved them. And in fact, I had these ones around the shop for quite a while. They were up in the rafters, and I'm trying to clean them off now. I don't know if you can see that or not, but I'll try to get in here close. Can you see the dust on that? Look, here's a kind of a half-ass clean rag. Look, buddy, that's dirt. So this, I had them in the shop for quite a while. Anyways, I'm going to clean them up here, or try to get them a little cleaner, and that's what I'm going to use to make my storage unit. So we're cutting rabbets in our top and bottom pieces of this carcass. So I set up a dado blade on my table saw for the width of the material, 9/16 it is. And then I just ran it through, so I cut some dados in here that are going to hold partitions in the unit. So I have to set, I've finished the top piece and the bottom piece. This is the bottom piece here, and I've also labeled them so that I can keep them straight, because each piece is going to be a little bit different as far as the cuts go. So I got rabbets on the end, and I cut some dados here to hold the partitions. And I've done the top and the bottom. And because the unit's going to be kind of high, it's about 36 inches high, I think, is what I figured it to be. I also have a middle shelf, so I have to cut some dados in this to match the top and the bottom one. So this one's going to be tricky because they'll be different from the top and the bottom. But anyway, I'll set her up and see what happens. Okay, here we are. These are the sides of the cabinet, about 37 inches long. I'm going to have to cut a series of dados here to hold the shelf bottoms, but in the middle of this shelf unit there's going to be a piece of the 9/16 stock. So I need to cut a dado in the center of this and the center of the other side. So both measurements are the same, so I set it up here with my fence on the saw, and I got the dado stack at 9/16 to cut a 1/4 inch deep. It's lined up the middle. So I can cut this dado, and then I can cut the dado on the other side, and then we'll set up to cut the slots for the shelf bottoms. So I'm going to start the aspiration and cut this dado, and we'll see how that works out. So there's the two sides with the dados cut. So now I'm going to set up to cut the slots for the drawer, for the shelf bottoms.